What's up, guys? Kids with Kicks here with episode number 2 of this new My Player Career Mode series on FIFA 15. The first episode seems to have gone down really well, so thank you guys for your support on that. Hopefully this series can be just as good as the Southampton one and the other ones that we've been doing on Twitch, etc. So fingers crossed, looking forward to getting it underway. In the first episode you saw us go through pre-season and everything like that. Now it's time to really get down to business, as we will be making our debut in our first ever competitive game. Now, you'll see in a minute we're playing up front on our own as a lone striker in a 4-4-1-1 formation, which I'm not best pleased about, to be honest, because as a 65 rated as we start, we've got limited pace, limited strength. We're 5'9", so we're not the sort of player that can create a chance for ourselves. So we're going to be relying on support from teammates. You can see Maguire is kind of the only player that's up there with us. Sean Maguire, I think it is, that's playing in that cam role. So we'll be relying on him rather for some support. But you can see here, 18 minutes in, we do get the ball. We try and bulldoze our way through, and it very nearly worked. The ball dropped to Maguire. He had an effort from a tight angle, which was turned behind by the goalkeeper. But you saw there, we've beaten I think it was 5 players off the dribble, so we improved our dribbling stat, which is good to see. One thing I haven't covered is I won't be using any boosts throughout this series. We will just simply be playing the game. But the ball dropped to us on the edge of the box here, and we hit a very good effort just after the 20-minute mark, and it was turned behind by the Dagenham keeper. You can have a look at the replay. It was a great strike. The ball sat up nicely, and the keeper done well to divert that behind. And from the resulting corner, we tried something a bit different. We came short, got the ball to feet, touched it on inside to Joyce, who had another good effort. It was another good effort, rather, that was turned behind by the Dagenham keeper, and we really were the better side of this opening half, I must say. Dagenham had a corner, you can see just about 5 minutes before half-time. The ball is cleared, and it turns out to be a really good ball to us. Our first touch is good, but we kind of overrun the ball a little bit, and the tackle comes in, and then absolute nightmare scenario. 40 minutes into our debut, we've gone down with what looks to be a fairly serious injury, and we will be unable to carry on. So our debut has, in fact, been cut short, and of course, with us no longer being on the pitch, I decided to sim the rest of this game. So not the start we were looking for, ironically, because we ended the match with stamina left and things like that, as it was cut short. We do get a few enhancements, but we're out with a sprained ankle, as you can see. The duration of the injury is 4 weeks, so a real nightmare start to the season for us. And you can see that we have an email here from the manager saying that due to the unfortunate circumstances of our injury, our season objectives have been updated. Now they will want just 10 goals from us this season, which I believe is highly achievable. Even though Accrington, not the best side, no disrespect to them, probably won't be scoring many goals. 10 goals if we are starting more games than we're being left out of the team, then I believe that's achievable. And they only want 4 assists as well. Now I think the assists, obviously playing as a lone striker, are going to be very hard to come by, and you can see there from the calendar that game against Dagenham did end in a 0-0 draw, so a solid point on our opening day. And now we take on Scunthorpe away in the Capital One Cup. Of course, I will be simming the game as we're not involved, and you can see, thanks to 2 goals from Robinson, we crashed out of the Capital One Cup. I'm literally just going to sim through these games that we're injured for. You can see our second league game now is at home to Southend, and it ends in another defeat. A goal 15 minutes from time from Coker. Means we are still awaiting our first league win. Southend are one of the teams that you would expect to be at the top end of the table, fighting for promotion, so not too disappointed with that. Hartlepool, on the other hand, is a team that probably will be down there with us, fighting relegation. You can see, thanks to a goal from Brunner, we managed to come away with that with a point, away from that game with a point, so another solid point away from home. And the email we're waiting for, your recovery has gone to plan, and it looks as though we're almost ready to get back to action. The medical staff will be assessing us and hopefully clear us for the next game. So we're going to skip forward just a little bit here, and hopefully we'll be back in action before too long, because simming these games is killing me. So you can see here at home to Cheltenham, we were not selected. We can only assume that was because we are not back to full fitness yet. So another game that we're going to have to simulate, and Cheltenham, another side that are going to be down at the bottom with us. We feel we get a 1-1 draw, so another point. We are still awaiting our first win and our first 3 points of the season, so not what we were looking for. And you can see we took the lead but conceded an equaliser just 1 minute later. And then we're going to have an objective update here. Obviously, because we got injured, we didn't play these games, so they didn't really track them against our targets, which is nice of them, I must say, because if they were expecting goals when we were injured, we are not a miracle worker. So you can see here, away to Fleetwood now. This is a Johnston Paint Trophy game, Johnston Paint Trophy rather, and you can see we are still not back to fitness, or we just haven't been selected by the manager. So I began to get really, really frustrated at this point at the fact we got injured. You can see we get another 1-1 draw, but unfortunately we crash out 5-4 on penalties. So I feel a little frustrated and aggrieved because we've gone out of 2 competitions now, the Capital One Cup and the Johnston Paint Trophy, and we didn't even get the opportunity to set foot on the field. So an absolute nightmare. We crack on with the league, and you can see York City away. We're not selected. We're not back to full fitness. So this injury is really going on longer than expected. We're at the end of August already. Hopefully we can get our first league win in this game, but no, as you can see, another disappointing result for us. We get a consolation goal in the 89th minute from Windass, but by then the damage was already done. A hat-trick from Miller gives York a 3-1 victory, and we are now right down at the bottom of the table. Of course, being injured, deadline day passed, nobody came in for us. We weren't able to request a move or anything like that, so we will be remaining at Accrington until January at least. But hallelujah, you can see the email we really were desperate for. We are now fit to play, and we will be making our return to the starting 11 as a lead striker, again in that 4-4-1-1 formation at home to Shrewsbury. And one thing that has really started to frustrate me, I've noticed already, is that when we're playing these games, the commentators are really giving us a hard time, saying I think it's going to be tough for Accrington. I think they're going to lose this one today. So we know we're up against it, which is not a great confidence booster, I must say. You can see there, if we have a quick look at the league table, 5 games in, 3 draws, 2 defeats, and we are right down at the wrong end of the table. So hopefully some time on the sidelines, we can be fresh, recovered from that injury, and we can get back to form. You can see 10 minutes in, we get the ball here. We have a fantastic effort that's well saved, and the follow-up, the volley on the left foot, was a poor one. But we are looking to impress. We were very frustrated at having our debut cut short. We were just sort of feeling our way into that game. But 25 minutes in here, you can see we're playing some nice football. It's promising stuff. We give the ball back out wide. We get it back in here. We lay a teammate off on the edge of the box. Some more good football as it's played inside. We try and get on the end of that through ball. But we were just inches away from nodding us in front there. So really promising stuff, a good start, and we're dominating this game, which is good to see, because Shrewsbury are one of the better sides in this division. And you can see here we get the ball on the edge of the box. We're trying to make a little bit of space from the shot. We end up laying the ball backwards, but some more good footballs, really patient build up here. The ball is eventually smashed over the crossbar by Cornelie, who lacked a bit of composure with that finish, but real promising stuff in this first half. You can see we're on the ball now. We lay the ball inside. Some more real quality football, and we're going to make a run into space here. We look to turn the defender and get the shot away, but they get the challenge in, and the ball goes out for a corner. You can see us at the top of your screen there, just peeling off to the edge of the box, trying to make a bit of space. We do eventually get the ball. We try to finesse one into that far corner. The ball certainly looked to be heading that way, but it was blocked behind by a defender. And into the second half, and a similar pattern. You can see Accrington and ourselves really dominating the game. We're on the ball now, not the position that we want to be. As the lone striker, we really should be filling that box and looking to get into those dangerous positions. But we've got the ball on the edge here. We ping it out wide. Some more good football from Accrington. It is good to see our teammates. They don't make the best runs in the world, but we are finding them, and we're looking to make something happen here. So we create some space, we dance past the player, and we hit a really thunderous right-footed shot, which had to be turned behind from the keeper. And you can see we pick ourselves up and look to go again. But Shrewsbury started in the second half to gain control of the game finally. It was a real poor effort, though, at the end of it from Collins, straight into the arms of the keeper, and we came back at them. You can see just 20 minutes remaining now. When you've dominated the game like this, you really do expect to be scoring when you have periods of an hour or so dominating, but we were frustrated so far. You can see we try and make some space. It's a good shot that goes in, but another good save from the keeper, and unfortunately the rebound is cleared away. So we move towards the final 10 minutes of the game. Shrewsbury putting the ball into the box, putting us under pressure. It's cleared, and we look to counter-attack. It's just ourselves and Whitehead forward. We skip past the defender, good acceleration. Something this is new to us. We haven't been in this position before. We cut inside onto that right foot. Surely we're going to finesse it into the far corner, but it was a horrible finish, if I'm going to be honest with you. Really tame, really easy save for the keeper. Into the final 10 minutes now, and Shrewsbury have a fantastic header as they beat our defence to the ball. Our defence is really static, not picking up the run at all there, and you can see from the replay just how close they were to smashing and grabbing a win here, but it wasn't to be for either side. The score remained 0-0, and we pick up a point. I'm not too disappointed with that because it was a good performance. You can see we've been rated at 6.9, and some of the stats have increased due to the chances we've created, and we've unlocked a long sleeve shirt thanks to the British weather. Just from playing in the rain we've unlocked that, but you can see the passing percentage at 96%, so we were pleased with that, and we got a 6.9 rating, which is well ahead of our objective. And good news for us following that game is you can see we have been selected in the starting 11 again. As we'd expect, we are the highest rated player in this team by some considerable distance. I think the next best rated player is overall of 60. So you would expect us, if we're fit, to be selected in this squad. We haven't got a lot of competition for places. And you can see Bury are struggling also. But we are one of just 3 teams. Ourselves, Cambridge United and Tranmere are the only 3 teams without a win at this stage of the season. Bury are going to line up in a 4-4-2 formation. And you can see, for those of you that know about the lower league football, Ryan Lowe is playing up front, and he is a real goal scorer. But early doors, we get put away, clean through behind the defence. I thought the offside flag was going to go up. It didn't. We cut inside onto our right foot and smashed the ball into the bottom corner, and we grab our first career goal, hopefully the first of many in competitive matches. And the old Jimmy Bullard celebration, sitting the team down, giving them a right ear bashing about not getting a win so far this season, probably. But we're really pleased with the finish there. Head over the ball, and we just smashed it into the bottom corner, and those Accrington fans go absolutely crazy. And we're off to a flyer just 14 minutes into the game, so hopefully we can set ourselves on our way to our first league victory of the season. We thought the offside flag was going to go up, so we decided to have a look at the replay there, but you can see just the defender at the top of the screen just keeping us onside, so a perfectly timed run, a good through ball. We still had a lot to do as we were quite some way away from the goal, but we managed to hold off the defenders. We shouldn't be caught when you have that much of a head start, and we applied the finish. But Bury, they were very much in control of this game. They were dominating possession, and you can see here they've got a free kick around about 30 yards out. They get it over the wall, and it's a very, very good save from Davies to keep us ahead. But they come back at us. You can see just about 10 minutes before half-time now, they cross the ball into the blocks. It's blocked out for a corner. So well defended there, but we don't really deal with this corner very well. The ball comes in. The keeper should really be coming to claim that, if you ask me. It's headed down, and a really unfortunate goal there. It's just driven low and hard on target, straight down the middle of the goal. The keeper's dived for it. A defender has tried to block it just in front of him, which I think puts him off. But Bury are back level. You can see it's hit down on the half volley, and it actually comes off the keeper's shoulder before only just making its way over the line. So all to do, back level again, but a vital flick on from us here gives us a chance to retake the lead almost instantly. But the Bury keeper pulls off an absolutely fantastic save, turning the ball behind for a corner. And you can see us again trying to peel away on the edge of the box, trying to create space, and that frees up space for Keneally at the near post, and you would expect him to do better with that header. He was only 3 or 4 yards out from goal, but he couldn't keep it under the crossbar. So now we move into the second half, and Bury still very much on the front foot. They have a great chance to take the lead straight after half time, but the header goes wide thanks to a deflection from the defender, giving them another corner. Hopefully we can deal with this one better than the last one, but we couldn't. It's a great opportunity for them. Davies makes a fantastic double save in goal before we eventually get our lines clear, but they keep coming forward, keep putting us under pressure, and they love to fire a ball into the box. They win the header again, but fortunately for us it is a tame one and not really a threat. We do catch them on the counter-attack the odd occasion though, and you can see us making space down the right-hand channel. We are picked out beautifully by a teammate. We've got a defender on us, but we sidestep the challenge, gaining a 1-star skill move. We have the effort on goal, and it is saved, but we win it back thanks to our determination and hard work. We try and get another effort on goal. This time it's blocked and cleared away, and as you can see, that is how the game has finished. 1-1, a solid point, I do believe, in a game that Bury dominated, so I can't be too disappointed. And we scored our first career goal as well, so lots to think about. You can see some of the stats increasing there, acceleration and stamina, thanks to completing 5 career matches, but the pass completion at 91% as well, which is not bad at all. So match rating of 6.7, still ahead of our objective, but you can see we're down in 22nd place after second game, 7 games rather. One of 3 teams still without a win, which is very disappointing. I think we are going to be around about the bottom end of the table. It's something we're going to have to deal with. But that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. Make sure you hit the like button if you've enjoyed. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. We'll see you soon.